Hello everyone. In this video we'll see a couple of lab that usually comes for the certifications exam. So let's first go with the one use case. The first use case is to create the container with the name of BIOS, which will host the document from this. So this would be the storage account name, and the solution must ensure that it has anonymous access and must ensure that user can browse folder in the container. So let's jump on the portal and see the how we can achieve it. Okay, so let's since it is a storage account, so find out where is storage account. Here you go. So storage account, and yep. So just create the add, and just select your resource group. If you don't, you can just create it. Put the storage account name as per the use case. Just make sure it's as per the questions and must be unique. So everything is done. Just create it. So it's done. So once it's got successfully created, go back to the resource and now go to the container, add the container, and this is the name that was required, and this is the basically where anonymous can user can access it and going and can see the folders and items in the folder. So yep, so here is the container, and let me upload a file here, and we'll quickly see. So as per the exam, so what was the ask, it's basically done. So I'm just going with some extra thing how you can validate it. So yeah, so I've selected the file and I put the folder name. I just want to put that file in some folder so that we can see that the folder is also visible there. So yeah, so file is here. So I have storage explorer, so I'm just going to open that, but before to that, just see that what is the URL of that container. So yeah, so here you can get it, the storage. So once you log in with the storage, and you can see that I'm able to see that blob which is BIOS, and inside it images and the folder which I uploaded. So otherwise, if you have other item, then you have to give the SSH key and connection string, then only you'll be able to access it. Yep. So the next lab is you need to create an Azure file, a share, and that name is cop software, and this is your storage account. The solution must ensure that the cop software can only up to the 250 GB of the data. So let's see how we can achieve it through the portal. So just go back to your storage account, and yeah, just wanted to validate the same name. Yeah, storage account. Since it is asking the file shared, so select the file shared, as you can see here. So file share, and the name you can just copy it here, and the limit is 250 GB. So yeah, 250 GB, just put it. It will put the limit on the file share, that beyond that we cannot upload it here. So yeah, so all the ask is completed here, so it's basically marks the end of the use case here. Okay, so the next lab is, so you plan to back up all Azure virtual machine in your Azure subscription at 2 UTC daily. You need to prepare Azure environment to ensure that any new virtual machines which you create uh, must have a backup at 2 UTC and is stored for 90 days if the backup. So yep, so let's see how we can achieve it through Azure portal. So to start with, make sure that recovery service vaults have the vault there. So if not, then just create it. So select the resource group and the vault name. Since there is no any vault name given in the use case, so I'll just enter my vault name. And once the vault name is created, go inside that vault and you would see that there is a policy, and go there. Yeah, the backup policy. Where is it? Yeah, so the backup policy, just add and select the which type of policy we want. So it's a Azure virtual machines. So let me just give the policy name here, and it has to be the 2 AM etc. So let's go there. Yeah, here you go, and the UTC, and it must be retained for 90 days. So yeah, it's a 90 days. Yeah, it's 90 days, and just create it. So once it's created, yeah, go back to the resource, go to the policy. Where is that? Yeah, and inside the policy, and you can see that the policy is here. Where it is? Yeah, here is the policy. Yes, so the next lab is to you plan to connect several virtual machines to the this exam lab VNet virtual network, and in this resource group you need to create a virtual machine that must use a standard V2MS size VM. The VM name is WVM01 that runs Windows 2016, and it must be part of the uh, this VM must be part of the availability set. So let's see how we can achieve it through the portal. So you are in the portal, and just make sure that you enter the right VM name as part of the use case. And this is saying must be availability set. So select the region. For me, I'm selecting STOS as it is not mentioned in the use case. So I'm selecting 2016 as it is part of the use case 2016. And yeah, and the availability set. So just go and select the availability set. Yeah, there is no any name out there, so I'm not missing anything. Just go and select that B2MS size. Yeah, here you go, and I'm saying that the size that we have selected is not available in this region, so let me choose another one. And since I don't have any existing availability set, so I'll just create the availability set. This is availability set. In some other video we'll talk about that what is fault domains and update domains. So for now just keep it what the value is there, or just enter your username and the password. And once everything is done, yeah, just make sure that it's part of that same VNet as is mentioned in the use case. And when so from the use case and exam perspective, it's done. And once it's got created, everything is, you can see the VM. So the next lab is about you need to attach 80 GB standard data disk to the existing VM, which is this WVM01, and that disk name has to be that. So this is the VM where we need to attach the disk. So yeah, go into that VM, you will the disk, this that one, the existing one, and here we need to attach the new disk. So since we have not any disk created, so we can just create it from here only. Just copy the name of the disk and let's leave it as is, and just make sure that size which is mentioned there, you are selecting that. So standard SSD, will select that, and you can see that the requirement is the 80 GB, but here we don't have any 80 GB, but it's lying somewhere in between there, so we'll select the upper one. Just make sure that from the cost perspective it will be charged from the upper one. So 80 GB, although we have selected 80 GB, but yeah, since the requirement is 80 GB there in use case, so we'll select the 80 GB that you can customize it. So let's just get deployed. So once deployed, saved it, no. So once done, let me just log in into that machine and we'll show you all from the use case and exam perspective. It's done. You attach, so we have created the disk, we have attached that with the VM. This is just extra that what we need to do to use that disk. So just log in into that VM, and I just opened that disk manager and go to the disk management, and you will see that here you got the disk 2, so you have to just mount it there, and now assign the volume. Just right button there and just assign that volume. Yeah, I don't want partition and anything, just use the same VM. Yep, it's done. It's formatting. As you can see, we got the F drive. So go there. Let me just open and we'll show you. Here you go. We got the new drive here. So that's basically marks the end of the use case. So this is just extra one to just how you can use it, the external disk that you attached it. Thank you everyone. Like to see your comments. Any lab that you want to say, just give it as your feedback and we'll ensure that it gets added in next lab video. Thank you.